I'm afraid. I'm afraid the people I care most about will think I did not do a good enough job as a mom. Yep. I don't really care about Joe Schmo down the road, but for those people that I really care about what they think of me as a person, as a mom, I'm really afraid that someday I will think, if not now, they don't think I did a good enough job. I did a good enough job. Yeah, it's a big fear of mine.
I think I had that for a long time, but I think I've been able to kind of let go of that. And I think letting go of it has been more about my healing. And with my healing, then the ability to pursue with less guilt and more passion, or however you want to word it. But I absolutely relate to that for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, I think because we can feel that everyone's really watching how we're doing this and how we're handling it, and how we're coping and managing our child's needs. So it would be really easy to think about what everyone else is watching and what they're analyzing or evaluating. You know, am I pushing too much? Am I not pushing enough? Am I making all the right decisions? Am I choosing the right doctors? Do I have the right insurance plan? There's just, it's endless.
The right school, the right program, the right day class, the right teacher,
the right IEP,
exactly.
the right goals, the right services.
And even when, I'm afraid that I lost my temper, do I say anything to anybody? Do I tell anybody I did that? Because what will they think, right?
Sure.
All of that kind of comes together too. Yeah.
Something we haven't talked about yet is just because at some point you hear the statistic about marriage and divorce when you're a special needs parents, and the statistic is very high, and seems to be getting higher. I don't know, but that's a real fear. Like, how will this impact my marriage? How am I as a spouse in this relationship? Am I giving my spouse enough attention and enough love? And am I giving my marriage enough attention? And can we survive the stress and the 10,000 decisions that we have to make and be on the same page, hopefully? How are they grieving? How am I grieving? Are we talking about it? Are we communicating? Are we going to get help? Are we not going to get help? Are they willing to get help? Am I willing to get help, get counsel?
Yeah.
Those are all really, really big questions. And I think in line, it's important to say, this is a family. These are family decisions. There's more than a mom. And I can say with 100% that at some point, early on in the early stages, trying to figure out IEPs and therapies and how to coordinate all of that, and that it became more stressful for me to have to talk to my husband. And so I just took it all on, did it all myself. Now in retrospect, talking to him about it, he was really relieved that I did that. But I think that it definitely created some space between us, for sure. And I think there were a lot of times that I was extremely resentful because I was just so tired, just so tired, physically tired, but also just tired of,
taking on so much.
Yeah, and making the decisions and being more of a type A myself, saying if I make the wrong decision, I'm bad. And I think that's important to say to the newer moms, is that you're gonna be making constant choices, classrooms, special day class or not, OT or PT or speech or whatever, and maybe that therapist isn't great, but okay, no harm, no foul, move to another one. And for me, it was more, I was very self-judging. Like, I should have researched longer. I would have found this therapist. Or, I could have, if I would have done this, it could have been that. And looking back, number one, we really did have a wonderful team all throughout. Dedicated, loving, wonderful people. But I didn't have to be so judgmental. It was important that I do research. It was important that I look for programs. But there were times I made bad choices. The wrong classroom, the wrong program, and my son didn't die.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
I had to make some changes, and I think giving permission to these young moms in that regard is really important.
What about financial fears?
We haven't even talked about that. That's very real.
Yeah.
There are a lot of moms who are parents that are fighting to get the services that should be covered easily with insurance companies. We don't have that many medical issues with Ryan. He has scoliosis. He's on growth hormone. But I just hear moms talking about fights with insurance companies trying to get therapies or medications or procedures or what have you, just everything. And there's a lot of moms who have their kids taking supplements or doing extra things that just come out of pocket. It's just endless. It could be endless, and for some it is endless. And then we think about that this child is ours forever. They're forever going to be dependent. That means they're forever on our checkbook, and that's a very
right. And how much of our family resources do we devote to our child with special needs, and how does that impact any other children's needs, financial? So there's one maybe last fear that we might want to bring up, and that is the fear of pregnancy, whether it's our child, our girl who becomes pregnant, or maybe our young man who helps somebody become pregnant.
It's hard for me to even imagine. I mean, I have a 16-year-old son, but he's not at the level
mature that way.
He's not mature that way. So it's not. I think if his intellectual level were a little bit higher, but I know that this is a very common fear.
With my older son, has such a heart of goodness and is so trusting of everyone that it's frightening that he wouldn't just succumb to it's okay, we're only it's only going to happen once, and it's okay because we love each other. I don't know. So
Well, my son clearly says I can't say no. If I can't say no. There's a young lady who was very sexually pursuing him.
Oh goodness!
And he'll say, "Mom, I can't say no. You can't leave me alone."
Oh.
Yeah, I can't say no. Part of that
you can verbalize that.
Yes,
wow.
That's right. At least he can verbalize that.